I guess, I have written a very long President's report, which I don't, quite frankly, at this point, because of how the meeting is going, favorably. I don't feel a necessity to necessarily read my thoughts. All I can say is that, back in November, a year and a half ago, or October, a year and a half ago, I was elected by the majority of the Roosevelt Island residents in a contested election, mind you, with a colleague that I respect greatly, Sharon Pope, to do exactly what I'm doing here today, which is to fill the position of the presidency should there be a resignation, a vacancy that has occurred. There has been a lot of back and forths, which, quite frankly, in my opinion, everyone can have their own opinion of everybody else and myself as well. I don't think that it should at all be discouraged because opinions are people's opinions. I do have issues, and I just ask, as we continue on, hopefully finish out the remaining 8 months and 4 meetings, because yes, I am counting down how long is remaining, that we work to serve the community, that we try to remember to respect each of us individually as representatives of our community, and to refrain as much as possible, as though you may have your opinions of individuals, to refrain as much as possible of personal attacks, bringing other family members, into these attacks, making references, because quite frankly, I'll be frank because my wife asked me to. My wife for the last year was diagnosed with breast cancer, and for the last year and a half, or last year or so, and I apologize if some of you felt that my absence in that sense was because was for any other reason except the fact that my wife were going through both, and she asked me to see this because she's read and heard reports of everything that's been going on. A double mastectomy, reconstruction, chemotherapy, radiation. We've had, we've undergone fertilization to preserve some for future children, all while maintaining and continuing to all have our own jobs, continuing to serve. So it was really disheartening, quite frankly, to see a lot, because I know that each of us, not just myself, have your own personal things that are going on. So before we all jump down everyone's throats, before we all take to what should or should not have been done, let's all remember why we're here, and it's to serve the community, to advocate to the best we can, and to finish out these rights. Thank you. So, having said that, I will update the committee or update the council and say, last week was a very good week in the sense of the outreach. We have had a town hall meeting with Jose Serrano's office, Cy Vance, District Attorney, and Chief McManus, where many community members came out, expressed their concerns, and the fact that electeds came to the island directly to hear the concerns is a big step forward. Last week, I also convened a listening session at the Octagon, where approximately 15 and 20 people had come, some from the Octagon, some representatives. It ran for over 90 minutes, and at that time, there were a number of initiatives that people expressed. The message became very clear in these 2 sessions and throughout, is that the people want RIRA to work. People want RIRA to come back to the table and to remember why they were elected. And so I would just like to close by reminding all of us not only to have respect and to be civil towards one another, and but also that we are here for one purpose only, and it is to be representative of the island. So, having said that, I will move the agenda to the president.